And oh my God, am I unfit. I think this is more of a confessional than anything else. I haven't exercised in what feels like, well, forever. And certainly, I did get I don't know what I got to eventually. I'm sure someone will tell me, but I've just done 12 minutes on this wretched rowing machine, which is it's kind of cool. Though I say so myself. It is the I should show it to you here. This is the beast right here. This is it. There you go. This thing here. It's it's kind of fun. But that said, I could only do 12 minutes of it. I was such a freaking mess. Anyways, at least it's 12 minutes more than I have done for the last God knows how long, so I'm going to try not to beat myself up about it. I've got a film tomorrow, which I'm quite excited about. There was a little press release about the fact that I'm on this new boys show called Vought Rising, and that is all I can say. Yeah, and I've got some filming of that tomorrow. I think if I didn't, honestly, I'd probably still be in Holland. My God, look at that. Yes, this is a warning to all of you. Exercise while you can, because later on it becomes much more difficult. I always feel like the people who had to work at it at school are probably better off now because they built up a system. I was a skinny little noodle and never had to worry about this at all. And now, of course, it's like, I look at a sausage and I gain 20 pounds. Of course, I also eat 10 of them, but that's, beside the point. Roivas and Torres and Christian Unpronounceable. How the heck are you? Chaos Surveyor. How is everybody? Yeah, so the learn part of my burn and learn is that I need to be fitter. No, I've been listening to this audio. I can only listen to audiobooks at this point on this thing. I would love to be able to do some lessons or something, but the reality is at this point, it's hard enough even just to sort of concentrate on what's going on in my ears while I'm trying to basically what feels like pulling my arms out of their socket. I think I'm doing this right. I watched a concept two. I think it's called a concept. What is it called? Yeah, I watched a concept two video on how to do this properly. Oh, by the way, how's the audio? Is it does it sound like it's okay? Because I'm using this crazy little gadget again, and I don't know whether it's any use to anybody. Hopefully it sounds good audio. Audio sounds fine, very good, pretty good. Is it coming through here? Do you hear it when I tap that? Do you hear it like as if I'm tapping it? Long time no see. I know, blurty dad. This is what I'm saying. This is not a burn and learn as much as it is like a complete confession. And what is my like? What is with the hair? I don't even. It's this backlit hair. I mean, I know I have none left anyways, but come on. So I'm in my son's room because my son's not here. My son's at university. No one tells you when you have a kid that they're gonna leave and you're not gonna want them to go. Just gonna say that. No, I missed the little devil. But he's having a lot of fun, and he stays in touch, and it's lovely. And we had honestly this trip that we took to the Netherlands was extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. European Space Agency, Space Rocks, they were so freaking cool, and it was just amazing to talk to people who are so smart and doing such brilliant things. And oh my God, I mean, I just pretend for a living. They're doing this stuff for real, and it is just extraordinary. So. Anyways, yes, life is treating me well. As I say, I've got to work tomorrow. I've got to work. The funny thing is, like, I keep explaining to people, like, for basically as an actor, work is the holiday. It's all the time between the work that's not so much fun. Anyway, so I'm back on Vought Rising tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. So, I got extra space access. It's true, Noah. It's so true. Yeah. SG credentials. It's true. It's true. They think I work for the Stargate program, so they let me see a whole bunch of stuff they probably shouldn't have. Hey, I realized there's a One Piece sign behind me. Hey, apparently this flag is being used in demonstrations around the world now. So, anyways, so I'm hoping to get back onto my schedule, start doing some more of my Damn Dirty Abes, and Agne, the fabulous Agne, who produces my I'm with Genius or Stargate Genius chats has got a bunch of people lined up, and I cannot wait to. I don't even have a favorite. There's just they're all. I cannot wait to talk to all of them. So I think we'll be starting that up on Friday. I guess is the first. Is it an official one or is it? I'm not sure how it works actually, but anyways, I'll figure all that out once I'm awake and slightly less jet lagged. I got like Euro flu, or as my wife would call it, man flu, and I was out for like 2 days. I'm still, hobbling around, slightly confused. Watching Atlantis probably for the 10th time. Andy Fox, who loves me in the show apparently. Well, I love doing the show, so let me know when there's a new one. I'm there. I'll have to watch that VOT show. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's designed for Stargate fans, shall we say. I watched the first couple of seasons of The Boys and was quite enjoying it. I got to say, there's some really cool stuff there. But then my son, like, it just became too grown up for me, as my son says. So I've sort of shied away. I got a little prudish about it, which is very funny given what will probably end up, happening on this show. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, yeah, the flu sucks, Torres. It really does. I had every intention of coming home and getting the jab. I was gonna go get a nice flu jab and a COVID vaccine, just to be super safe. And yeah, and of course I came back and just hit me like a ton of bricks. So I think next week I might go and do that because it just seems like, all those science folks spend all that time working on making them work. I should probably do that. I gotta say I quite like doing this on the rowing machine. I may have to do this more often. When my son's not here, it's kind of nice. You've got so much room because he's basically got the best room in the house, honestly. So, and yeah, and of course I don't know if you guys can see, there's the gecko over here as well. So that's our little gecko friend right there. That is Casper, or as I call him, Lemmy, because he's kind of lemony looking. And he's also a rock and roll star. Can you see him? Maybe I can. I think I can even take you. Oh my God! With this audio thing, I can do things like this now, can't I? Here he is. I don't know if you can see how well you can see him there, but if I do this, you should be able to see him. Is he sitting there? I can't really see from that angle, but can you see him? Oh yeah, there he is. Right there. Hey, buddy. How you doing? He's a lovely beast. Rather lovely beast. Anyways, so yeah, Burn and Learn. What am I learning? That's what I wanted to tell you. So I've got the book that I'm reading right now is being read to me because of these Audible things, which I love. Is called On China, and it's Kissinger. Yeah. Who well, just I guess had an understanding of China that is above and beyond most people, and I'm quite sort of fascinated. I'm sort of a little obsessed with China because I feel like I I I just it's just so completely different, their system and their approach to things, and I find it slightly sort of futuristic. It's a bit sci-fi to me, even though it goes back so far and stuff. And human rights issues aside, although let's face it, at this point, I mean, the human rights things is just. I mean, America's not doing as well in that either, right? I say as an American and a Canadian and a Brit. Again, not to belittle that side of stuff, but anyways, it is a government and a system in a country that I find absolutely fascinating. So it's something that I wanted to look into. Cute. He looks like the one of the Geico commercial, except he's brown. Yeah, he does look very much like. Nope, we can't speak from a high horse here in the U.S. No, it's true. It's true. I'm as I say, I'm also American as well. So I feel like I have a say. Let's see if I can make this a little bit. There we go. All right, I want to visit China and Japan. They seem so advanced compared to us. Yeah, no kidding, Ashton Hater. Technology-wise, and just I was hearing about Japan's system of their system of bills and laws, where basically they'll write a law, but then they'll change the law as they need changes. They would sort of change things, and how the American system has sort of turned into this thing where once there's a law, it's like, oh no, it's a law now. You have to don't mess with it. Anyway, having been to Beijing, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, China is an incredible place to visit. Oh, I'd love to go. Yeah, the history is really interesting because Kissinger is talking about in this book how it's like it always was. I mean, when you look at history, it's like China always was, and it was either breaking up or getting back together again. It was either uniting or splitting. And I mean, I suppose you could say the same thing for a lot of places, but that there was always this kind of this sense of China, which is, and that its approach is similar now to what it was even at the beginning, where it sort of took this sort of this what do they call the Yellow Emperor or something, this sort of first emperor, this iconic sort of character, and their approach, and yet for some reason, despite having a fleet bigger than the Spanish Armada, 150 years before the Spanish Armada, they didn't sort of colonize places. They didn't, for some reason, they while they went out places and gave gifts and welcomed people to come back and tell everyone how great China was, they didn't really just sort of colonize the way that a lot of the other countries did later on. Anyways, look, I'm just getting a sense of it. So I've been working. Oh, this is interesting. Chaonic says our D&D, our Dungeons and Dragons dungeon master, has been working in China as a teacher for a while, and the things he's been telling us were like from the future. But he also said that all the things we say are wrong with it really are. Oh, okay, so we got it right. Is this an old-fashioned BurnAndLearn? It is, Jim the Evo. It is. As I said, it's more of a confession. I haven't done a lick of exercise in I don't even know how long. Someone's gonna have to look up the last BurnAndLearn because that was probably the last time I exercised. No, that's not true. There was I had a few bouts of attempted getting back into this, and I just thought, you know what, the only thing that's worked for me in the past is basically openly confessing my lack of physical exercise. So I just thought I would pop on this and do this again. Martin Drake, how are you, buddy? A good film to watch is The Last Emperor, which is just incredible. It's funny, I don't think I've seen that, but okay, I'll give that a look. Thank you. Thanks for the recommend. Hey, chat, if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, like and subscribe, so you get notified when Dave goes live. Listen to you, little marketing guy, Zeno76, or John. John, how are you, buddy? Dukealistic says, hey, yup, hey, how you doing? Actually, I ran 4 blocks the other day in house shoes and ended up with shin sprints, and I'm only 27. Oh my God, Ashton, that's terrible. Number one, oh, +1 for Last Emperor. Okay, all right, I'll have to see that then. It's I don't know what my call will probably be fairly late, so maybe tonight is a good night for a big long movie like that. I'll have to have a look. What else is up with folks? What else is going on? I gotta say, I've come back to North America and I don't want to be here. I would like to be in Europe, please. I couldn't get over. I loved Amsterdam. You want to hear weird? The smell of pot is more prevalent. I mean, the wacky tobacco is more prevalent in Toronto than it is in freaking Amsterdam. Isn't that wild? Like, I smelled it less in Amsterdam than I did in Toronto. And I don't think it's just my neighborhood. This is something that I've just noticed in Toronto a lot recently. Anyways, there's just something about Europe. There's just this. I was so taken with, especially Leiden, and obviously the European Space Agency and Aztec Open Day stuff was just the ESA Open Day that they did was extraordinary, and I cannot thank everyone who was involved in that enough for that. And honestly, look it up, find out what day they're doing it next year, or at least roughly when, and book your tickets and get yourself on that list. I am telling you, it's a freaking dream. It's just a dream, and you will see me in your dream because I'm going back whenever I can. Certainly plan on going back next year. I'll just make time for it because I just it's magnificent. Cannot recommend that enough. And I don't know how you support ESA there, but I'll have to look into this because I want to throw as much money and love and appreciation at those folks because the stuff they're doing is just absolutely mind-blowing. And I just still can't get over how, I always find myself sitting on set going like, oh, God, it never ceases to amaze me how freaking long it takes to make a movie. Yeah, try putting a satellite up or try getting to Mars. I mean, space-time, not only is space big, but it takes a lot of time. So the patience involved and the amount of the meticulousness of what they're doing is just amazing. It's not like you see on TV, kids. I just played Genius on television. London Comic Con at the weekend and listening to the stream. Oh, London Comic Con. What did you do at London Comic Con? I'm just finishing up my crafts for London Comic Con on the weekend. Oh my God. Wait a second. So London Comic Con's happening, this weekend coming up? I got to get a really good list of Comic Cons. I got to get in touch with all of them. Oops, yeah, you knocked my glasses off. And I've got to figure out how to get an I'm with Genius panel at every single one of them, because the mixing of these of the science fiction side of my life and the science side of my life is the most God fulfillingly wonderful and educational lifelong learning experience you could possibly have. So I'm gonna definitely be trying to figure out how to do that a lot more. Um, uh, Kat, what are you figuring up for your? Are you doing a costume of some sort for the con? I really did like what I saw that you showed us. It's just purples. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could show more, frankly. The funniest one, the joke that I will tell forever, is the one where I'm walking into a room that's designed to stop all antenna communications, and I'm trying to blog it from my phone. I found that very funny. Funny enough, right around now is the prime time to harvest your devil's lettuce. Is it really chaotic? Well, that's good to know. I laughed so hard with the photo on the screensaver because I had the same expression on my face and was going to sleep. Okay. I'm currently. Oh, of course, the one that I forgot. God, I've already forgotten what I've forgotten how this works already. I'm currently encouraging my partner to watch through all of Stargate. We've not gotten to Atlantis yet, but we have experienced our first encounter with Dr. McKay. She hates him. Oh, bring it on. Bring it on. Well, say hi from me, the original McKay, before you hit the Atlantis zone. My friends have gone to the con. Oh, wow, they're already there. Wow. It'd be awesome. LOL. I can try and see how to get suggestions in for the Niagara Falls or Hamilton Comic Con. Fan Expo Toronto's a nightmare. Far too people. Yeah, Rebel Time Lady. Thank you. Fan Expo. I've had the weirdest experiences with them. I have never done one officially. I've shown up to do a couple of talks with friends, just to help friends out, but never sort of officially been involved, and really struggled with things while I was there. So who knows? Although I look, maybe now this boys thing will open up another venue for that as well. So who knows? It is a bit of an attitude, but you do get to love them. It's true. It's purples. It's true. Just thinking, any chance to see you at FedCon? I would love to do FedCon. Just thinking. So if anyone wants to rattle their cage, please do, because I'd love to get back to Germany. I think it's too late for this year, but certainly next year I would definitely consider FedCon again, because that'd be amazing. And I think we should. And I just, as I say, I just want to do, one or two, or I don't know, like a few of these science panels, because people seem to really enjoy them. They like that mix of stuff, and it also just allows us to look at Stargate and science fiction through a different lens as well. It's just a whole other world of stuff to babble on about, which I just freaking love. So plus I get to meet all these geniuses, which is also good. Love Stargate. Wanted to spin off with you and Dr. Keller, the main stars. I like it already. You seem to work well with each other. Oh my God, you're kidding. No, Jules freaking hilarious. Jewel and I mean, Jewel makes me laugh like nobody else can. Except maybe Mitch Pileggi, who also, we cracked each other up quite badly on that too. I'm making him an extra special crown. Aww. Would love it too. 15 years ago, you signed my thesis in astrophysics, and now I have a PhD thesis which needs your autograph. Oh my God, just thinking, is that you? Because I've got these emails floating around, and I keep meaning to get to it, and so I have to sort that out for you. I would love to sign that. What is the best way of doing it? Can I sign something that you could then glue into the thesis or something, or can I buy a copy of it somewhere? You should definitely rattle my cage again with that. Maybe email me. I am David I. Hewlett at gmail.com if you wanna get in touch. There's always a lot of stuff for me to wade through, so maybe just throw thesis in the subject header or something, and anyone else is welcome to get in touch too. I don't promise to get back with any kind of kind of speed, because I suck at that. Look, my family complains about me getting back. I don't answer the phone anymore. I'm becoming like one of those crazy old men with a tinfoil hat, and I'll be sitting on the porch with a shotgun telling the kids to get off the lawn. Now wait till I see you at a con again. I'm patient. Oh, you are patient. Eh? Physics. Was it astrophysics? It was astrophysics, wasn't it? Yeah, astrophysics. You got to be patient, right? Well, keep me posted. Let me know. Where are you based? Out of curiosity, just thinking. Where are you based? What convention would that be? So, David, when is the Hewlett Tech Bandit and Damn Dirty Abe's Con? Wouldn't that be great? I would love to do that. Yeah, I would love to do that. I'd love to do like an education first type thing. What is the little king and the number one beside your name, John? What does that mean? I'm afraid this. What am I on? I'm on YouTube, so I guess I don't know how this normally works. Yeah, what am I doing? I should be doing this on Restream, shouldn't I? Because then I can do it on all sorts of different platforms at the same time. I would be at a loss as to what to say if I met you. Would you just tell me how great I am? I usually respond very well to that. Um, Germany. That would be for FedCon. Oh, great. Well, just thinking. Great. Let's everyone make a concerted effort to talk to FedCon and let's get me to FedCon. When this happened together with your sister, it was actually my first FedCon when this happened together with your sister. Was Kate there as well? My God, I don't remember. It's so long ago. It's a fan thing, Ashton Hater. The second SpaceCon in San Antonio and you did not sign up. What? What happened? The second SpaceCon in San Antonio and you did not sign up. Really? I don't think anyone. I don't think I even knew there was an San Antonio Space Con. Anyways, is something new YouTube is doing? It's something new that YouTube is doing. Oh, it is. Okay. I think it's a weird XP thing for posting multiple times. Oh, I see. You get like points for posting. Is that it? Good to know. Yeah, very good. Now ranking system for YouTube most chats. Ooh, Mr. Zeno76 got himself a crown for chatting. I use the photo I got with you and Joe as my phone background. Well, look, all you have to do, and I'll just explain how this works. So what you want to do is you want to zoom in a bit, and then Joe will slowly get out of the frame. And once he's out of the frame, then you've got your wallpaper that you're looking for, probably. Last year, Rick was there. Wow, you don't see Rick in a lot of these things. That's a good find. Your stream description has made me hungry for eggs Benny. You see what I've done, Bill? You know, you think you're hungry, and then you see me after exercise, and you're like, you never want to eat again. I'm helping you. This is really my gift to you. McKay was my wallpaper for like a year. Why would it not still be? Maybe that's why you're number two on the crowns instead of number one. I'm just saying. Um, and Michael Shanks too. Yeah, Michael Shanks is lovely. I mean, they were amazing. Just an amazing bunch. But Shanks and I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun working together. Yeah, I won't talk for long because I've got to go and do dinners and things like that. But and I've also got to get, I guess, I don't know whether I should stay up or whether I should go to bed early. I don't know. It's so weird. Acting is a very strange job because you really don't know what you're going to do other than your lines until you get to set. I mean, you get called the night before basically to tell you when they want you to be, picked up or whatever the deal is. For me these days, I tend to get picked up because I don't think they trust me to find my way to set anymore. I got like McKay before me. I have absolutely no sense of direction, and I'm terrible with maps. And I tend to argue with the AI. So in the GPS thing. So generally, it's just safer for them to send someone for me at this point. Yeah, but that's basically how it works. So I think it'll just be today. I think it's just tomorrow this week. It's a weird. Well, it's an amazing schedule actually. This is a great thing about getting older. You're not in every day. You're peppered in. You're like a fine spice, a saffron that they just sprinkle a tiny. I don't know how you use saffron to be honest, but a garlic, probably more like a garlic lemon pepper, and that you sprinkle on top of things. So I'm just here for a day there, and it is kind of wonderful. Battlestar and Stargate are my favorites. Oh my God, Battlestar. Jane and I. That was, I think, our first real. Well, no, you know what? Actually, I think X Files was my first real binge, but that was binge. It was my first streaming binge. X Files was my DVD binge, but Battlestar, yeah, Battlestar was God, it's an amazing show. And that's right, because of course Aaron, I thought you were Aaron is in it as well. I didn't even think of that. There's a lot of very cool people in this thing. A lot of cool people, including Eric. My friend Eric's in it. They've announced him. I'm pretty sure they've announced him. Oh God, I gotta be so careful. I'm not allowed to say anything. I only found out the other day that actors get driven and don't drive themselves is because of insurance. Oh, is that what it is? That makes sense. Yeah, there you go. Found classic Doctor Who for free as well. I know you like. Where did you find it? Not that I'm supporting that kind of stuff. Actually, I think I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch of them that I've digitized because every so often you need an old Tom Baker, Doctor Who episode to keep things happy. All right. Yeah, I'm fading. I'm just gonna say thank you. I can't believe that there's like 40 of you here after so long just to say hi and watch me sweaty and complaining about exercising. I really don't like exercising. I really don't. Everyone always talks about how, oh God, you feel so good. But, you feel good when it's over. That's what's good is it's finished. That's what it is. And today I just feel so feeble because it's like 12 minutes. I'm like, well, I'll do a lot. But I figured start small. I'll slowly build without hopefully hurting myself, and I'll get back to back into the swing of things. It's the other weird thing about acting is that now that I'm playing the role as I am, I can't really, as I keep telling my wife, I can't really change. I can't lose weight, honey, because I have this role until like March. So basically, it's just food for me. That's all I can do to prepare. Come back soon. I will indeed. Hello. That's exactly what I think about exercise. Yeah, it's just awful. It's awful. So I do it. I share it here, and the hopes is that it'll guilt me into doing it. And you know, uh, it's a funny thing, isn't it? I just it I think I also need this because it helps for mood as well. I mean, like most of the Hewletts, we're up and down, and so the exercise just helps. It helps with the low, with the black dog, when the black dog's nipping at your heels. It's a good exercise is a good way to sort of just give yourself a little boost and make yourself feel a little better about things. So I mean, it's a silly thing, but it does seem to make a difference for me. I wish I could do more of it without my body getting angry with me. Well, this is it. It's trying to find something. I mean, I my son laughed at me when I bought this because he thought I wouldn't use it, and of course I didn't. I did it first. I was very good at first. I did like 30 days in a row. Actually, I should try doing that again. Try doing a 30-day. Anyways, I need something that I can do every day because if I don't do it every day, then the way I operate, it's either I'm doing it now or what? I've forgotten. You know what I mean? Like so, basically, it's something I want to be able to do every day, and the elliptical is pretty good for that. I used to love Taekwondo. I found a Taekwondo place near me, and I think I might try it out again. It's just been so long. Again, I'm kind of embarrassed because I'm like almost 60 years old to go back in, staggering into a what do they call them? God, I can't remember what they're called anymore now. God, I used to know the names of all these. I should know all this stuff. But to go in and start doing my forms all over again, and I don't even know. Like I get. Can you do that at 56? Is that possible? Are you able to do that kind of stuff without hurting yourself? Reminds me of Gary Oldman in Slow Horses. I think he essentially is playing himself. Parts and all. God, I hope not. He's so good in that show. That show is great. I got to say, that's one of my favorites. Is Slow Horses. David DW Classic is on Tubi. Oh, it's on Tubi. Oh, great. Okay. Although they put a lot of ads in that, I find. Greetings from Germany. Hello, Daniel Gutter, 1702. If you're in Germany, let those FedCon people know. I want to talk to them. I want to do some. I'm with Genius there. James, how are you? James, how are you? James is our fabulous cybersecurity guy. So, and not only that, and a friend of mine who I need to talk to because I haven't talked to them for ages. So, I hope things are well. And yes, James, we'll catch up. We'll catch up soon. Kat, hi. Kat, hi. Me and my partner go to the gym together, mainly to motivate each other, but also because he needs to physio after an operation, so it kills two birds with one stone. Oh, that's good. I Jane is really good. Jane will go swimming on a regular basis in a way that I don't seem capable of doing. I did really like swimming, but I liked swimming when we had a pool in our backyard. That was, oh my God, that was glorious. In fact, been thinking a lot about retirement. I think I put it as a keyword in my YouTube thing because I was like, I think I want to work on this retirement thing because I don't think I'm ever going to stop acting. I love the acting. I've always hated being an actor, but I love the acting side of stuff. So I feel like that's always going to be there in some way, shape, or form. It's nice not having to worry about it so much. I mean, there are things come up all the time. It seems. I mean, I go through slow periods for sure, and definitely, there's the way the industry is going right now. There's not as much money in it as there was, but the hope is that we can figure out what's happening with the kid and maybe move ourselves back to England because then we've got a little bit of resources to work on the house there. This is Jane's dad's place, which is fantastic, and then I can get a pig and a tractor. And I haven't added the workshop part yet, but I'm working on Jane for that as well because I think I'm going to need some kind of a big workshop. Do a whole kind of what was his name? Colin Furze, the wonderful plumber guy who builds these amazing things. If you don't know him, go check him out because he's amazing. He was like one of the reasons why Hacksmith is doing what he's doing is because of Colin Furze and his amazing things. So check out Hacksmith too, obviously. But me and my partner, here we go. We've done that. I finally started watching the OG Outer Limits. Oh my God, there's some great ones on Tubi. Yeah, the Tubi stuff's got some interesting stuff. Again, as I said, and on Tubi there's no commercials. I thought there were commercials on Tubi. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Hello, aging shapeless Stargate Hollandaise sauce. Mason, I think you've got it all in one sentence. Welcome. Welcome to this Hollandaise sauce of a discussion. Papa Shmee. Hey, David. Hello, Papa Shmee. Last week I saw Cube. Guess who I saw? A very young me with a lot more hair and a lot less chins. A lot fewer chins. Cube is an awesome movie. It's great. It's fantastic. Is it like riding a bike? Is it like riding a bike? I'm trying to think what this. What the get the exercise side of stuff? I mean, no. I think you have to build up to it again. I think there's a. I think we have a. Certainly in my head, I feel like, oh, I'm 16. I'm just gonna hop on this thing. I'll do 25 minutes. It'll be fine. Well, guess what? At 2.5, I'm like, oh my God, how can I do this? I mean, we sort of. It's so. I feel like we definitely we crumble faster than we can build. It does take a while to get back into it. I don't think it's like riding a bike. I don't think you just hop back into exercise. And in fact, in many cases, certainly around my age and probably a fair bit younger as well, you do have to be careful because you don't want to sort of overdo it and you don't want to pop your clogs while you're exercising. What a horrible way to go. It's just like I want to go while I'm like with a milkshake and a burger and fries and stuff. I don't want to have I don't want to do it on some kind of horrible torture device. Yep, 56 young. That's me. You're only as young as you feel. Only as old as you feel. Only as old as you feel. And yeah, I need to feel a little younger. So now that is a real question. Had a buddy who tried to skateboard at 45 and broke his leg. Well, guess what? I got my first grown-up skateboard at 44 from my family, who obviously wanted me to hurt myself. I didn't actually, but I skated for a while. I tried it for a while. I really enjoyed trying to get passable at it. I couldn't. And part of that was I was just so worried about falling. If I just kept thinking oh my God, I just can't think of anything stupider than missing out on a job because I broke my leg or my knee or my arm or my head or whatever. So, and I was so it was such a pain in the ass to go skateboarding because I insisted on wearing an entire armadillo on every part of my body, including my head. So I just looked ridiculous. I felt uncomfortable and skateboarding was the least of my issues. Health and hobbies have no age limit. It's true. Thank you, Chalmara. Come to a con in Missouri. I've never been to Missouri, Ashton. I would. Would you tell me about them? Tell me where they are. Don't hurt yourself. Yeah, I'll do my best. Wow, my childhood hero. What? Where? Shield Hedda. That's very sweet of you to say. That's I'm here to destroy any possible hero thoughts that you may have had. I'm here to disappoint. Well, welcome. Enjoy the elderly McKay. My favorite episodes of SGA were McKay, Shepard, or Ronan centric. Well, I certainly agree with you with McKay. I gotta say, I liked the episodes where we all got to play together because I mean, first off, it's just fun working with those idiots, and we just had I think back very fondly on all of that. So you could retire, buy a theater, and act in whatever you want. My God, Xenos has got it. That's perfect. Pig in a tractor. LOL. Oh my God, the chat is way behind. Oh no, I'm way behind. Oh my God, I haven't scrolled. Damien, thank you very much. 12:30 midnight here, and I'm in the UK. I just watched you on Stargate SG1. I'm going to sleep in a minute. Well, sleep well, Damien, and thank you very much. I adore you for telling me that you adore me, and generally that's how it works. And we need debug too. You think? Interesting. I mean, debug 1 almost killed me. So I definitely Jane and I have got something in the works, which I think would be interesting, and I think we'd hopefully have a little more control over than we had with debug. Debug, I'm afraid, kind of got away from us in a big way, so it didn't make me very happy. But I'm glad. Look, I'm glad you liked it. I just watched A Dog's Breakfast. Oh my God, Michelle! I was laughing so hard, loved it. Ah, that's fantastic, Michelle. That was a joy. That film was a joy, I've got to say. And I am so freaking proud of what Jane managed to make of that too. Like, my silly little idea, and she just managed to make that happen in a way that I will never get over. All right, great movie. Oh, it is. Thank you very much, Doug. Dog's Breakfast was great. Oh, good, 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 good. I should do another one of those. What we should do. Another dog's breakfast. All right. Gee, speaking of which, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. All right. Thank you all very, very much. I don't know why you're here, to be honest. I have no idea why you would want to watch a sweaty old Stargate genius complaining about exercise. But I thank you for that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your wonderful supportive messages. And I hope to see more of you, because that would mean I'm exercising, and that's the whole point of this. So be brave, be kind, be brilliant. Cheerio, and huzzah! Talk to you later, and I'll show you the gecko. I'll give you a little gecko tour at some point. Bye.